Hello and welcome, my name is Haas, and this is a look at Dragon Age Inquisition, specifically a look at what the Knight Enchanter specialization is and how you can unlock it in the game. Specializations in Inquisition are quite a bit more difficult to obtain than in the previous games, and the Knight Enchanter is a mage-specific specialization. Knight Enchanters focus on melee combat and defensive magic. If you want something that is similar to the old Arcane Warrior from Origins, then this is as close as you can get with the mage, though you won't actually wear heavy armor or melee weaponry. You will still wear mage armor and a staff, but you will be a very effective melee mage. Similarly, if, like me, you want to focus on defensive magic and want a specialization that works excellently with the mage spirit tree, then Knight Enchanter is the way to go. Let's first have a look at the Knight Enchanter abilities, and then I'll explain where you actually need to go to unlock it in the first place. The first ability is Spirit Blade. Spirit Blade is your main attack ability. It's a melee attack with no cooldown that can hit multiple people at close range. It deals its entire damage in spirit damage, and it does bonus damage to enemies with barriers or guard up. If you want to be a bit more tanky, you can upgrade this, allowing you to reflect enemy projectiles, but you do have to time it correctly. This is your bread and butter ability. You'll be spamming this the entire time. It has no cooldown, and it is the only offensive ability you get with Knight Enchanter. The first passive you get is called Combat Clarity. It is a good passive which increases your mana generation when you're within 5 meters of enemies. And the second active ability is called Fate Cloak. It makes you invulnerable for 2 seconds and allows you to pass through enemies. You can furthermore upgrade this, allowing you to do damage with it, but either way it's a great little defensive cooldown. Then the third active ability is your focus ability, Resurgence. It's a great support and defensive ability. It immediately revives all your party members and puts them in full health. Plus, depending on how much focus you've used, it puts down a small area in which party members will heal over time. Fade Shield is another passive, granting you a small barrier based on the damage you do to enemies. Veiled Riposte, another passive, reflects back damage when you are hit and have a barrier up. And Night Protector is your last and fantastic passive, which drastically slows down barrier decay, meaning you essentially give more barrier to your entire team. The final active ability then is called Distortion Field, which slows down enemies within it. It's a small bubble which you create around yourself, and the upgrade for Distortion Field truly makes it great, as it now doesn't just slow your enemies, but essentially freezes them in time completely after just a few seconds. In short, you're given one purely offensive method of attacking, Spirit Blade, which allows you to turn your mage into a melee damage dealer. Again, it has no cooldown, but you are mainly given many defensive cooldowns, better barriers, and a great controllability with Distortion Field. Plus, with the Knight Enchanter, you can turn a difficult battle around by saving your entire team with Resurgence. Now then, here's how you unlock Knight Enchanter in the first place. Step 1, you have to get to Skyhold. This will happen after certain story missions. You'll be around level 10 at this point. You'll then be given a quest creatively called Specializations for the Inquisitor, which just requires you to go to the war table and activate it. It's an instant mission, so you don't need to wait around. It does require Josephine to be available though, so if she's busy on a mission, you'll have to wait. Once you've done that, you'll get a short cutscene where all your mage trainers will appear in Skyhold. You then have to talk to Commander Helene, and she'll give you the Way of the Knight Enchanter quest. The Way of the Knight Enchanter quest gives you 3 tasks, none of which are marked on the map. First of all, you have to acquire the codex entry for Knight Enchanter. You can do this by going towards Vivian's location in Skyhold. She'll have a note which gives you the codex entry. Or alternatively, you can go to Varoyo, where you can buy the entry from the book merchant, but this is only the case if you don't have Vivian. You will then need 3 Wisp Essence. To get this, go to the Fellowmire. There's 3 areas on this map where you need to go: the Old Thoroughfare, Granite Point, and the Weeping Spires, though they aren't all named on the map. Each of these areas will have one level 12 elite pure wisp surrounded by a bunch of level 12 wraiths. They should be fairly easy to kill. Once you've killed the pure wisp and the wraiths, the last one will contain 1 wisp essence. This is the same for all 3 locations, so simply go there, kill the wraiths and the wisp, and loot the final one, and you'll have all 3 wisp essence. Finally, you need to get 10 Lazurite, which is a mineral. Unfortunately, the quest doesn't at all tell you where you need to go to get this. But, fortunately, I'm about to tell you. To get Lazurite, you need to get to the Western Approach. Lazurite can be found at a number of places in the Western Approach, but the closest sources of Lazurite near where you start are the Forgotten Mine and the Sandrock Mine, and they should give you a little over 10 Lazurite. The easiest way to do this is by immediately going north to where you start, following the mountainside west until you hit the Forgotten Mine opening. Make your way through this mine and you'll find both lazurite and a ton of nasty spiders that need to be burned. The reason we go here first is because at the end of this mine you'll find a number of planks that you can interact with as a mage, which creates a new opening and can only be done from the inside. Immediately next to this opening is the sandrock mine, which should be where you can get your final pieces of lazurite. Again though, there are a few other places where you can get lazurite in case you didn't get enough from those two sources. Here's two more, for instance. Once you've done that, all you need to do is go back to Skyhold and go to your Inspect Requisitions table, not the weapon crafting table, and build the Spirit Blade Hilt. Then talk to Commander Helene and you can now be a Knight Enchanter. It is, in my opinion, the best mage specialization that you can get. It offers a lot of defensive potential. Thank you for watching, my name is Haas, and I'll see you in the next video.
Come, the battlefield awaits. Knight Enchanter.